Hey guys, welcome back to Just Being a Mom podcast. And today we are talking about just being a dad, because sometimes it's hard to be dads out there. And I have a very special guest here today. He's just semi-special in my life, no big deal. But my husband Akin is here, and he's going to talk about being a dad. Right, Akin?
What's up?
So this is his first time on a podcast, and he's very excited. I told him to act natural, and this is what happens. But anyways, so last week on episode 21, I know I talked a lot about marriage, and, I gave some marriage advice about, how we change things around in our marriage to make it work after a baby. So, it's only right to get Akin's side of the story. Right, Akin?
Absolutely. We need the truth.
Shut up.
You guys deserve the truth. So.
Oh, my God.
That.
I'm going to regret this later. But anyways. So, Akin, how do you feel that having a baby changed our marriage?
Well, I guess I'll start off by saying having a baby just changes your life in general. I guess in particular to our marriage, we were used to just kind of getting up and go, kind of, deciding last minute, we want to go here, we want to go there, just being a lot more spontaneous. Of course, having a baby, there's a lot more planning that you have to do, which I'm not the best at. Shelby's definitely a lot better at planning and pulling stuff on calendars and stuff like that. So she's a natural in that department. But for me, the biggest adjustment was just not being able to get up and go whenever I wanted to, and just really having to plan it out. And that was the biggest adjustment for me.
Yeah, and how do you think you've changed in that department? Did you adjust anything, or are you still the same?
Well, you have to adjust in the sense that if you don't have a babysitter, if you don't have someone to watch Elijah, you can't go out. You can't leave him on his own. So I guess it's a lot of planning, communication with Shelby, just letting her know, hey, do you want to go here 2 weeks from now, and putting it on a calendar and finding a babysitter. Or just sacrificing, or just not being able to go and just making that sacrifice, for your baby. So, yeah.
Yeah, communication was definitely a big one, and I talked about that last time. So what do you think would help dads, new dads going forward in this situation of marriage and, trying to win at this marriage thing and also be a great dad? What do you think could help them?
Of course, the cliche answer, communication. Communication is big on all fronts, because you're now it's not just your marriage that you're communicating about. You're communicating about your baby, about your child. So, I think the communication is definitely going to be the most important thing. And then just talking about, back to planning, just talking about and planning for the future is very important as well. Kind of what your goals are for yourself, for your family, and for this baby, and just make sure that you guys are on the same page. Because again, having this baby that you have to raise and nurture, you're gonna want to make sure you're on the same page. Because if you're not, it's going to lead to fights. It's going to lead to arguments, and you don't want to. Although it's going to happen, you want to keep those to a minimum. In front of your baby, you want to kind of be a cohesive unit and be on the same page. So communication. Hate to be cliche, but communication, planning, goal setting, a lot of family meetings, a lot of budgeting meetings, all that fun stuff.
So fun. So that's a good answer. I think dads would really appreciate
I'm a
appreciate
natural.
doing that. You're not.
I just want to let the record show that she wanted me to rehearse my answers beforehand.
That's a lie.
I said I'm a natural.
That's
I'm a
a
professional.
lie. I just wanted him to know what we would be talking about.
I'm going to speak from the heart.
Oh my god!
And I'm going to speak my truth, and that's what I'm doing.
Ridiculous. I'm never having a money
Next question, please.
I'm never having the
Next
money
question.
So, okay, so enough about marriage. We're going to dive into, just being a dad, because Akin's out here. I'm just being a dad, right?
I think my theme song goes a little bit different, but...
Oh, okay. So what do you love about being a dad?
Where do I start? First thing that comes to mind, I feel like every day I wake up, he looks different. He's learned a new word, or he's doing something, or he can run a little bit faster. So just seeing him evolve has been the most, I guess, exciting and the most rewarding thing. He's at the point now where he can pretty much repeat anything you say. It might not be perfect, but he's at the point where
it'll sound like it.
Yeah, if you listen and pay attention, you can understand what he means to say. So that's been pretty cool, just seeing him evolve from not even being able to open his eyes to running all over the place, climbing on things, talking, saying hi and bye to strangers. So that's been the coolest thing. I really look forward to, playing sports with him. We kick around the ball now and again now, but, just really, really diving into sports and watching sports. That's what I look forward to. But yeah, all the dad stuff, the sports, the bonding time, the guy time. Yeah, I also like watching. I really like watching like TV with him. We generally just watch Elmo because he loves Elmo. But I like just sitting with him on the couch, him on my lap and just hanging out. Partly
just
chillaxing. Partly because he's not running all over the place, but just I just feel like he's calm. We're bonding. We're hanging out, having some guy time. So that's what I like the most. Not the most, but that's what I enjoy.
Yeah, definitely. I like that. Maybe not so much TV, but I'm just kidding.
You're not a fan of the Elmo?
No, I mean, in moderation, but whatever. That's your time with him, so you can do whatever. And what are some things that you feel like have been a struggle for you?
Again, I would say just the planning piece. Of course, I spent a large portion of my life just flying by, the seat of my pants, just kind of doing my own thing. So just having to plan for him and having to adjust to his routine and his schedule is super hard. Right now, Shelby going back to work. She works from home, but there's times where when she's working, I have to watch Elijah and just figuring out a routine and schedule where I'm still able to do my thing, go to the gym, and do things I want to do. And just figuring out his schedule, that's been a struggle for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for being honest.
Yeah.
So what's like the number one piece of advice you give like to a new dad who's just starting out and, getting his feet wet in the dad world?
And just to go back to your last question too, and this will tie into this question, the number one thing I struggled with in the beginning was coming off my paternity leave.
Yeah.
For dads. So coming off my paternity leave, just going back to work and just being away from home and being away from him and not really spending that time with my newborn, essentially. I just felt like I was doing him a disservice from being away and not having that time. So that was definitely the hardest. I've talked to some people, I've watched some things, and I realized that obviously. And then to tie into your next question is my best piece of advice for new fathers is just realize that although you're not going to be home and with your baby as much as maybe the mom might be, just know that you play a role and you have a duty to your family and to your child as well to go out and provide and take care of your family. So that was a big struggle for me in the beginning, but I would say, again, to reiterate, don't get down on yourself, dads. Just know that you are a important piece of the puzzle, an important piece of the household. Even if you're not spending an optimal or the desired amount of time with your baby and with your family, that is if you are going out and being responsible and providing and coming back home. But yeah, just know that you are important. And I think as long as you're making a conscious effort when you are at home and you're spending that quality time and you're focusing on your child and you're focusing on your family, your kid will be just fine. You'll be just fine. The family will be just fine. So yeah, don't beat yourself up.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
I bodied that one, huh?
Shut up. Oh, my God.
You might have to make me a co-host.
Oh, no, sir. That's not going to happen. Okay, so one last thing. For the dad that his wife is pregnant and they're just about to have the baby, any, little bit of advice for him? He's almost there. Not quite anything that he needs to do before this baby comes.
Like you're just about to pop?
I don't know, maybe a month.
A month? Why a month in particular?
Okay, I'm about to pop. I thought you were a professional, Akin.
But I mean, obviously, again, not to be cliche, you just want to. So when Shelby was pregnant, my most important, what I wanted, and again, I wasn't perfect at this, so again, dads, don't beat yourselves up, but you just want to make sure your wife or your spouse or your significant other is just happy. My main concern was I wanted Shelby to be happy. I didn't want her to be stressed. I wanted her to be healthy. I wanted to eat the right things for her health and her well-being, but also for your child's well-being. Although they're not out of the womb, they're still there. So I believe part of their personality will be based on the conversations you guys have, the laughter, the arguments, the stress, her overall health. So my main objective was to just keep her laughing, keep her happy, have her eating the right things. So just take care of your wife and essentially take care of your kid. Good answer. I will have you back again, Akin. I mean, I have to charge you. It's coming out of your account, sir. It's true. Well, thank you guys, Akin, and I want to thank Akin for just being such a good dad to Elijah and such a great husband some of the time. I'm just kidding. He really is a great dad, and he works super hard for our family and providing and coming home and loving on us all together. So I do want to appreciate, and first of all, it was a struggle to get him on. I had to talk to his people and sign some papers. It was rough, okay? I'm a busy guy. He's a busy guy, okay? So, and mainly because he likes to procrastinate. We are doing this 10 minutes before I'm about to post it. But it was a struggle, okay? He likes to wait till the last minute. But I want to thank you for coming on. You've been an awesome guest, okay? Mm-hmm. Don't get it confused with co-host, okay? Got it. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening. Bye.